Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Ben Jordan Case 8. Last time, we found our way to Percy, and now he's telling us a story about how he knew our grandfather, surprise surprise. And how he's still alive today, we don't know, but we are now back in time, in Romania, in a town whose name I already forgot, but it was a town where supposedly Vlad the Impaler lived, who was the inspiration for Dracula. So, our quest, our goal, our noble cause, we need to find a hotel. So let's do so. And Percy's just gonna follow us. I wonder if there's a hotel around here. I don't see one. You see one? Where's the hotel? Can you see it? Muy bien. Okay, sorry. Appears to be. I wonder if Vlad Tempest actually dressed just like that, or if that was just sort of the movie adaptation, just sort of kind of made the character. Because I remember reading the novel, but I don't remember if they like really described exactly what he wore. Or
hello, my good man. Am I correct in guessing this is the town inn?
Yes, sir. That is correct. Welcome to the Hotel Dracula. If you wish to rent a room, it would be 500 lei a night.
Sounds keen. What do you say, Perce?
Seeing as this is our only option, I think we would do well to stay here.
A room for me and one for my associate, please.
Yeah, very good. Names?
Arthur Jordan and Percy Jones.
Jordan and Jones. Excellent. Again, welcome to the Hotel Dracula. May your stay here be pleasant.
Hopefully. Alright. I like his clothes. I think they're cool. Man, this is reminding me a lot of Quest for Glory 4. Except this place is friendlier. Yeah, in fact, this whole setting reminds me of Quest for Glory 4. I think it's kind of the same sort of setting, but I don't want to go more into that. Well, let's talk to people.
Spooky weather we're having, eh?
Nah, it is always like that this time of year.
Mind if we speak for a bit?
No, sir. What do you need?
What can you tell me about this joint?
The Hotel Dracula has been in my family for several years. We do quite well. Of course, it helps to be the only hotel in town.
I can imagine. So, why the Dracula theme?
Our town is a popular tourist destination because it is the birthplace of Vlad Tepes. He was better known as Vlad the Impaler, and was.
The inspiration for Bram Stoker's novel?
Indeed, sir. You are already familiar with the local history?
Yes, I have my own personal guide, it would seem.
Only trying to help, Arthur. Knowledge is the best defense, after all.
Having you around is like wearing a full suit of armor, then.
I would love to have Percy around. If someone who's that knowledgeable, I would just love to chat with. But it's weird, it looked like he had some sort of weird thing on the side of his neck. Watch again.
You enjoy being an innkeeper?
Yes, sir. It is a very rewarding job. I get to meet people from all over the world and hear their stories.
I guess that explains why your English is so good.
That is correct. Many English-speaking travelers come through here.
Yay, it's explained.
You know, I couldn't help but notice the dried brambles hanging on all the doors in town. Is that some kind of Romanian tradition?
No, sir. That is...
Yes?
It is for protection.
What?
Protection? Against what?
It is not good to speak of it, sir.
Come now, what can be so horrible that you can't speak of it?
The headless vampire.
Oh. He was very hesitant to say that. The headless vampire.
Did you say headless vampire?
Yes, it is an unfortunate plague upon our town.
Tell me more.
I do not know many details. You would do better asking the other townspeople, although I am not sure they would be willing to discuss it. This is a very delicate matter, and to talk about it with a foreigner
I'll worry about the other folks. Just tell me what you know.
Very well. The headless vampire is, as the name implies, a vampire without a head. Actually, it is only the head which flies around and bites victims.
How does that work, exactly?
I am not sure. I myself have never encountered it, you see. But Dragomir, the farmer over there with the black hat, he claims his sister was bitten by the vampire.
I see. Thanks for the information.
You are welcome. But please, sir, do not go looking for the vampire. Several adventurers have come here before you and tried finding out more. None have returned to tell the tale. Seeking the vampire leads only to misery and death.
I appreciate your concern, but my friend and I are used to this sort of thing.
You are?
Ever hear of the London werewolf or the Belfast banshee?
I'm afraid not.
That's because Percy and I investigated and disproved both. I'm sure we can take care of your vampire problem.
If that is the case, I wish you luck. Perhaps our town will finally be rid of this nuisance once and for all.
We'll try our best. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
A headless vampire whose head flies around and bites the victims. That frankly sounds terrifying. I am not going to lie. That sounds like the most horrible thing that could ever possibly happen to anybody. It's just, oh jeez. Okay. Garlic. I want some garlic. Garlic is awesome. Can we touch the fire? Oh, I want to touch it. How about these gentlemen over here?
Enjoying yourself, sir?
Yes, it is a good night to come out and drink with friends.
How about you, sir?
I have to say, this inn is certainly cozy.
It is an excellent place to get away from the troubles of life. This is why I am in here every night.
It's good to have a nice place to hang out in a small town.
Pardon me, but could we talk a moment?
Of course, young man. What do you need?
Sigiswara, okay, that's the name. Not Swara, Sowada. I keep saying Swada.
What can you tell me about the town?
We have a rich history, although most of it is very bloody. Vlad the Impaler was born here. He gained quite an infamous reputation, as I'm sure you are aware.
That's what I hear.
The best way to experience Sigisora is to walk the streets and take in the environment. Just be careful where you go and when you go there.
Okay, Sigisora. I keep calling it Sigiswara, but it's soar as in soaring in the air. Okay.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Florian Gogolasa, and I am the town butcher. My shop is located on the west end of town, if you decide you would like to buy some meat. I lead a simple life. During the day I work at my shop, and at night I come here to drink and converse with my friends and visitors to the town.
Thanks for the chat.
Think nothing of it.
Yeah, part of me would like living in a small town like this. It just seems so laid back. Except for the whole headless vampire thing, but that's neither here nor there.
Say there, could we have a chat?
I don't see why not.
What do you know about this town?
I have lived here my entire life. Many people like to come here to learn of Dracula. We see many people from many places. I like this.
That's cool.
Tell me about yourself.
Wow, I am Dragomir, a simple farmer. There is really not very much interesting about me.
Oh. Well, thank you for that.
I hear tell you know something about this headless vampire.
Yes, I do. However, I do not like to speak of it.
Come now, I understand it's a sore subject, but surely you can tell me something.
I am afraid not. Do not take this as an insult, but I do not like talking about these things with outsiders.
But my associate and I are well versed in local legends. We've even managed to deal with a few in different parts of Europe. Isn't there any way I can gain your trust?
There may be. If what you claim is true, there is something you can do for me.
I'm listening.
North of the town square, near the cemetery, is the Sigiswara clock tower. My house is located next to it. Every night when I walk home, I hear strange noises coming from the top of the clock tower. I hear these terrible noises in the night, and they do not let me sleep. I think there is the spirit of a lost child up there, because the wailing is awful. Also, the clock has stopped working ever since this spirit appeared. No nobody has dared to go up and fix it because they are too frightened. You must go up to the tower and help this spirit. If you do this, you will have no trouble with the vampire, and I will tell you all you want to know.
Sounds easy enough. I'll have your so-called spirit taken care of before you finish your next beer. I appreciate your time.
You are most welcome.
Alright. So we have our quest to call the spirit that is in the clock tower.
Hey, Percy, let's have a bull.
See what Percy has to say about all this. Let's
Yes,
have a
Arthur?
bowl session.
How are you holding up?
Rather well, thank you for asking.
Okay.
Any suggestions regarding our next move?
I think we should find out more about this spirit the farmer claims is haunting the clock tower.
This whole headless vampire thing sounds pretty spooky.
I'm sure it will turn out to be some sort of hoax.
Probably.
Perhaps some local townsperson playing tricks.
If that's the case, they've certainly done a good job of pulling one over on everyone around here. Better get a wiggle on.
Right.
I need to start using that better get a wiggle on. So we can't go to our room and sleep. But how are we going to recover our health and mana? Oh wait, that's not this kind of game. Or should I say this isn't that kind of game? You know what I mean. I do love the music out here though. So the clock tower, I believe, is over there. I wonder if the record keeper can tell us anything about this headless vampire.
Excuse me, fella.
Yes?
What can you tell me about this headless vampire everyone seems to be all in a lather about?
It is bad luck to speak of these things. A local town woman died many years ago. Came back as a vampire.
Ooh.
If you are out at night, you can become her next victim. This is why everyone stays indoors.
Any idea who she could be?
No, I do not have enough information. If you can find her name, I can find records for you.
Great, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for talking with me.
So that's useful to know. But we're not after the headless vampire quite yet. We have a little task to do. Let's head back here. Oh, there is a weird noise coming from up there. And it is terrifying. Let's see, there's a town cemetery, but let's not go there yet. Let's go check out that noise.
Think you can handle a little climb, Percy?
We'll find out when we reach the top.
What the...
That wasn't so bad.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I don't see any child spirits up here. Do you?
No, but I do hear that noise the farmer mentioned. Quite unsettling it is, too.
There has to be a reasonable explanation for it.
Perhaps some further investigation is required.
It's right freaking there. I mean, come on. Well, guess what? Yeah, it's, this thing that seems to be causing the problem. Let's see if Percy will help us.
Let's have a
Yeah, so...
Think you can give me a hand here?
Certainly. What do you need?
This beam is stuck in the machinery, and I need your help to pull it out.
Very well. On three.
I feel like that'd get you a lot of splinters.
2. Attaboy. Guess that takes care of the spirit problem.
Indeed. The farmer will be glad to hear about this, I'm sure.
What? What? Did we... What? Did we destroy it? And of course we pick up a large sharp piece of wood. Why the heck would we do that? Okay. Strange, but anyway, that was the problem. A wooden beam got stuck in the gears, and it was just making weird noises. Now can we leave? There we go. Oh, dang it, I always like scratch my face and end up bumping the mic. It's like right out of my line of vision because it's like right below my mouth. And I'm sure you want to hear all about my mouth's proximity to the microphone, but we have business to take care of. Yo, Dragomir. We got something to tell you.
Say there, could we have a chat?
I do.
I have good news for you, Dragomir. It turns out the clock tower isn't haunted after all.
It isn't?
Nope. There was a beam that had come loose and caught itself in one of the gears. That's what was causing the clock to stop working, as well as the noises.
Ah, yes, that does make sense. Now, I feel foolish. Perhaps I should not be so eager to blame problems on the supernatural.
Not all of them, anyway. This other one sounds like the real McCoy.
I guess we'll find out about that.
Now could you please tell me what you know about the headless vampire?
Yes, my sister was bitten by the vampire.
What happened?
She was walking alone at night in the cemetery. I told her not to do this. She knows it is dangerous. But she did not listen, and she was attacked by vampire.
Is she alright?
Yes, she got lucky. The bite was not deep. She was able to escape, but told me what she had seen. It was unmistakably the headless vampire.
What else do you know about it?
Not much, I am afraid. According to the legend, the vampire is a woman who used to live in this town. You should ask my friend Florian here. He knows much about the legend of the vampire.
You mentioned your sister's vampire bite wasn't very deep. Does that make any sort of difference?
Yes. If vampire bites you, it does not mean you become a vampire. The vampire must bite you and drink your blood in order for this to happen. If vampire bites you but does not drink your blood, you become weak for a few days, but nothing else happens. This is why it is important to try and escape vampires as soon as possible.
Interesting information. I'll keep it in mind. I appreciate your time.
You are most welcome.
Yeah, I remember reading in the novel, it was kind of vague about how exactly one turned into a vampire. Like, one did have to be bitten, but that wasn't, like, the big thing. Because one could be bitten and still recover and be fine, but it had to be, like, over time, multiple, like... Because Dracula liked to pick his victims and go after them over and over again. Usually young females.
Pardon me, but could we talk...
Of course.
Your friend Dragomir says you know something about the headless vampire.
Correct, I do. The headless vampire is not what you might think. Instead of a body with no head, it is the head of a vampire which floats in the air seeking victims. From the neck hangs its entrails, like a bunch of tentacles. The vampire will often trap its victims using the entrails as a restraint, then go in for the bite.
Jeepers creepers! That sounds like something I wouldn't want to meet.
Yes, it is an unpleasant sight to behold. This is why all the doors have dried brambles on them. The vampire's entrails are sensitive, and it fears getting them caught on the sharp points of the brambles. Hanging them on doors keeps the vampire away from our homes. Also, it is said that to kill the vampire, one must find its headless body and place sharp objects in the neck wound. This way, when the head reattaches, the entrails will be cut, and the vampire will die.
That's some useful information to have.
This is getting more and more terrifying by the second. Oh. Hopefully we won't have to deal with that, right? Right? Oh, man.
Do you know anything about the vampire's history?
A bit. The legend has existed for quite some time.
Do tell.
According to the story, the vampire was originally a woman. She was unfaithful to her husband, and when he found out, it infuriated him. As punishment, he stuffed her into a barrel and sealed her in.
Sounds like a loving fellow.
The young lady tried screaming for help, but no one came. Desperate, she shifted around in the barrel until her legs were behind her head, pointing up. She kicked the top of the barrel as hard as she could, trying to open it and free herself. She succeeded, but unfortunately, she kicked with such force that she caused her head to go flying off as well.
Oh my.
with her head went her insides, and since she committed the sin of adultery, she was doomed to roam the earth as an undead.
That's quite a story. Any idea who the woman was?
No, but I do know she lived in this town. You might consider searching the town records to see if you can get any information about her, if you desire it.
Thanks. I just might do that. Thanks for the chat.
Think nothing of it.
Oh dear, this sounds horrifying. Oh man. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to find out if this headless vampire really does exist and find out more about him or her or whoever it is next time on Let's Play Ben Jordan Case 8. Thank you for watching and have a good day.